Well, I shot a video on the misinformation trend that's going on right now, and it's going to get really, really intense. You won't even know what's true anymore. And anybody who discloses, you won't know if that disclosure is true. And I'm going to tell you right now, none of it is. It can't be, because it's always coming from a different perspective, a belief. Somebody thinks that this information needs to be released and this does. It's never going to be exactly how things are, because we as humans can't understand that. Now, I want to talk about a trend that's going on, and it's with creators, people like myself out there. And I just saw something that's so disturbing, so disturbing. And I want to ask you if you're participating in this in any way, creating it or watching it. This is going to determine everything here on out. And I mean everything. You ready? Let's go. That was a really bad snap. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fear. I'm relaunching Breakthrough Fear. What does that mean? I created Breakthrough Fear well over 5 years ago. It's a program to help you stay out of this whole thing that's going on out there that's putting you in fear and anxiety and depression, and you're looking at our future as something that's going to be horrible, and it's not. All of this can change, all of it. I mean, think about this. If every single person became their absolute best service to others person, everyone would have abundance. We would never allow anybody to go hungry or be sad or be unhealthy. We would be giving and helping. And yes, we'd still have challenges. That's the beauty of the material dense world. But the beauty of what we would offer each other would make it so worth it, right? That is what our world could look like right now. And I see, why are all these secrets going on and underground this and all this stuff and remote viewing? Then we've got creators talking about it. Who cares? It's giving that attention, and it's creating it more and more. And that is what all of those factions want. They want us in fear, and they want us arguing with each other. So before I get going, I'm going to start offering you some amazing stuff to help you go into programs. A lot of this is free. Help you go into programs to get past this fear. So if you go down the description, you can find out the Breakthrough Fear sign up, and also Digital Explorers. We are planet conscious entrepreneurs. I train you on how to create online businesses and become abundant. We want to hold that power too, but we're going to do it in a different way, and that's the whole subject matter today. Subscribe, because I got more great stuff I'm going to give you that you want to come back and see. Click that little bell and they'll let you know. Maybe, maybe not. That's going on too. A lot of people saying, hey, I've lost all these creators out there that I love. Where'd they go? No, we're still here. But the algorithms changed, bringing all kinds of new information coming in. And some of us who've been here forever that are empowering you and telling you everything is perfect and beautiful. You're not missing anything. You hold all power. It's the other things that you're believing and thinking that create something different, including what you think out there about whomever. Now, I'm going to share something with you. Taking sides is separation. Criticism is separation. Judgment is separation. It creates conflict and struggle. It creates conflict in you. It creates conflict on the planet, because you and the planet are one. There's no separation. I know it's tough, but if you realize there's no separation and that everything you do is affecting somebody else. If you have kids, think of it this way. My thought is harming my kids if it's a negative one. My sadness is harming my kids. Yeah? They're picking up on that. So it's like polluting the quantum field. You can't pollute the quantum field if you want to make a big change. So let's talk about that. If you're on board with making a positive change, I am here to open the door for you. It's a choice. You can't make a mistake, but it's your individual journey that you get to experience, of which of course, is part of the collective experience also. We all signed up together. We are family here. I saw a video. It was a short video. It was, I think, 3 minutes. And it was a young girl. I'd say she's in her late 20s. And she said that she wants us to band together, us as in society. Anybody who is not part of the MAGA, Make America Great Again movement. I don't even really know what that means. I don't think America ever lost its greatness. It's the people in America that have an issue. America's great, always has been. It's what we do with it, right? Nature's beautiful, but not if we destroy it. So she says, we're going to put an end to this. Well, this is very important because I want you to think about everything you do in your life and if you are mimicking this. She said if you come into a restaurant and there are MAGA families, I don't know how you know who that is. Like, do they wear hats and t-shirts all the time? I'm sure they don't. You will refuse to sit next to them. If you are walking down the street and you see one, you're supposed to run in fear to the other side of the street and want nothing to do with them. This goes on and on and on. In other words, you are like poison and I'm going to reject you. And then you're supposed to tell the waiter or the greeter at the restaurant, you don't want it. You will wait for another table. You don't want to be anywhere near these people. How sad is that? So here's what happens. Because even though that's blatant, this is a total misuse of creator power. But if you are doing anything, you say, oh, that's horrible. But what are you doing? We got to catch ourselves. What are you doing that could turn people on someone else? So that girl who thinks that they are evil and horrible people is actually on a lower frequency. Now, I want you to remember, everything's a frequency. The whole planet's operating on frequency. The universe is endless, endless whatever. It's all frequencies in different forms and illusions. It's just all out there, completely different forms, but it's all connected. It all works together. It's all consciousness. Everything is intelligent, all right? But it's frequencies, densities, vibrations. That's all it is. Everything else appears to be something solid that we believe is true, but none of it is. It is an expression of energy. You are the energy. You are the creator, the created. All right? And you are the one that is choosing, creating the program, reprogramming it, deciding what that future is, and changing it. Because you can master the program, right? You just don't go in the program and then you lose. You master it. And we're here to master it. So when you want to master something, you have to go into the highest frequency, right? You go into the penthouse. When you incite any kind of disrespect, separation, fear, rejection, and judgment in other people, and you do it yourself, you are in the lowest possible frequency, which puts you below them. Because now you see them, and you think you're right, you see them as the enemy. And they're just choice makers in a program that we have created and decided to participate in its final run. Now, planet Earth is still going to be here when you and I are gone, and you and I are going to be off to something amazing. Maybe we'll participate on the other side in Earth's future, but I want you to remember something. Whatever you desire isn't a thought about that. It's what you think and know now. My future is not my desire to create that. It is claiming it now and still recognizing your current circumstances. You have to claim it now. You cannot look at it as a future desire. It happens now. So I am that wealth. I am that health. And every day I get brighter and brighter and greater, more abundant, beautiful. I am that. And so that takes precedence. And so that comes to the forefront. And you keep it up. You can't just do it once in a while, right? So this is true of everything. You want a peaceful earth. You have to participate in that. You have to be that. You cannot be the separation over here and say, well, if we get rid of all these people, well, that's your right arm and your finger and your ear that you're getting rid of, that you're harming. That's how it works. And I know this is tough because you separate things as a human being, we separate things as human beings that of right and wrong, and you're doing something wrong. And of course they are, according to you and me, right? Then you have to say, why are they making that decision? It's coming from something else. It's coming from their own fear. It's coming from their own abuse. It's coming from their own lack of love. It's coming from fear. All right? So this hate campaign that's going on there is wrong. Okay? It's wrong in a world that is loving and giving. It's perfect in a world that lives in a stinking dark basement. And those individuals will turn on each other in 2 seconds. If somebody's turning on another human being, not even knowing them because of their beliefs and opinions, what do you think they'll do to you? And whatever you're doing right now is creating that. You're creating it. It has to stop right now. Right now. Creators are abusing their positions. Why? YouTube changed their algorithms, and so we are not getting attention. Our views went way down. We're losing subscribers because they're sending attention to other channels, right? So you're going to see these creators putting up some videos that are not like their usual message. They're going to say stuff to get attention. You've seen my titles, these sensational titles, but I do talk about that in my video. But those are things I talk about and always have. You're going to see some channels, and I'm seeing it. You know, I saw one as the downfall of Trump, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? There are no enemies, right? There can't be fast food places unless you're participating. None. We'd put them out of business. Yet we say that's the problem and that's the problem. Americans, they eat garbage and fat. Well, you got to be buying it and eating it to make that true. And there are options. There's always an option for you. There's always an option. So I have a new student onboarding, beautiful person, amazing. I can't wait for him to join. And he asked me one question, are your other students making money? I said, wow. Your success is yours to create. The odds, you know what? I always say the odds are in my favor. Why? Most people look at the odds of the ignorant public and then they calculate based on that. I say, I actually do better because as long as people think that they can't succeed, my odds just went way up because I know I can. So if I'm that 3% that's successful, that's because 97% aren't doing the right things to achieve that success. They don't believe in it. And so they self-sabotage themselves. Like, my odds just went way up because I know what they're doing that's keeping them in that space. They're where they don't want to be. Is that you? So hell with the odds. I love the odds. I told you guys, I've told you many stories. I mean, these unbelievable stories. My friends have said, this is crazy, some of the stuff you do. It's crazy like a fox, right? I applied to be an intern, a writer on Capitol Hill from University of Michigan. And one of the students said, you would have been great. You need to apply for this program. And so I applied. They said, oh, we closed it last week. It's done. I went, well, I'm going to apply anyways. And they're like, okay, crazy person. And so I put in the application. And they took it. They didn't throw it in the basket. They could have, but they didn't. 1 week later, I got a call. Hey, Landria, there's a Harvard law student in Congressman Broomfield's office, and he's giving up his internship because the position he wanted opened up. And he is going to go to that because it's more law-related. Would you like this one? Hello, count me in. I said, if you can get here next week, it's yours. I packed up my little car and I drove down to Washington, D.C., and I had a paid internship, and that was very unheard of. And I needed that money. Okay, so I was absolutely over the moon. It was the most amazing experience. I knew it was closed. I knew the odds of me even giving that position were very small. The odds of somebody vacating that position to open it up in the first place is 1 in a million. right? Who's going to give that up? That's an amazing position. But it happens. Why? Because I know it can happen. And I know the universe will align exactly the way it's supposed to for you too. Because I go for it. I go for that odd because I know if everybody else says, well, I won't put in the application if it's closed, my odds just went way up. And this is how it works for you. If you're focused on they're doing this and they're negative and they're creating that, be the creator of the new thing. Be the person that goes after that thing that people say, well, they all fail. You guys seen this. 90% of online businesses fail in the first year. Why? It's real simple. They're not doing any stuff we're doing. They may do one or two of the things. There's nobody there to help them. Coaching and support is so important. We as a community are so important to one another. Let's start doing it, but not against each other, with one another. And it's going to be tough because you're going to hate a lot of people out there, and you're going to have to catch yourself and say, that's a low frequency. What am I, if they're so horrible, what am I creating by doing that? Knock it off, McFly. All right? Are you ready to step in a world that you have to create now? It's not a future world we're going into. It's a now world. It's the transition of you as that person that thought this way, the limitations, is now letting those go and going in and saying, there's plenty of money on the entire planet for everybody to be wealthy. Health is abundant because we can heal ourselves. It's the imbalance of everything that causes any kind of illness. How's illness ever showing up? We're perfect. It's the imbalance of our thoughts. I got everybody cleaning stuff around here. That's actually a nice problem to have. Are you ready for this? Because this is going to determine your future starting today. Your today. And things will show up for you that you never imagined. And if you are part of that movement out there, the creators that are abusing the system to try and hang on to, I got to get more subscribers. Let's put up some crazy stuff. Let's start to insult people and get on the bandwagon. They're getting more views. Do not be the viewer of that information, because now it's part of your algorithm. And YouTube and Google know that. You love hate. You love conspiracy. And so they'll give you more of that, and it gets created. Don't be that creator if you want to be in the penthouse. Otherwise, yeah. I'm going to let this lady do her job. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Do subscribe if you like my messages, because I've got more good ones coming. And I'm going to give you many, many ways to shift this into that beautiful world that all of us create. Namaste.